Hi, Anthony here. Just wanted to do a quick video. I've had a few people ask about using oils with cooking and some suggestions and ideas, and I guess just asking what we do. So I thought I'd just quickly go through a couple oils and just a couple ways we use them, different sort of methods we use and stuff like that. So the first thing I will say is black pepper. Black pepper is basically on its own, it's not really gonna add a lot of flavour, but the main reason for adding black pepper when you use other essential oils is it enhances those flavours. So that will be used across the board, whether it's in raw chocolates or whether it's in cooking dishes or whether you're basting potatoes with oils. It really doesn't matter. Just a few drops of black pepper added in there is always going to be a good one. So that's definitely a staple just to have, and just use it in addition. Okay, other things, lemongrass. Lemongrass is amazing. Now, we only really use it in stir fries, but if we're doing a stir fry, just in the mix, we'll use lemongrass. We'll also add a bit of ginger, so you put some lemongrass, some ginger, really classic sort of Asian flavors, but the lemongrass in particular is amazing in a stir fry. Now, whether that's, you're adding some honey and garlic and other stuff in there, but lemongrass and ginger in a stir fry, sensational. Ginger just is ginger, so I would always use that in stir fries. I would use that. You can use it if you're making smoothies as well. So if you're doing like a carrot and apple juice or something like that, you can add a drop of ginger in that, and then you've got apple, carrot and ginger without having to carry fresh ginger all the time. So that's just another one to use basically in place of where you would use fresh ginger. So it's quite strong. 1 drop to 2 drops in a stir fry is usually going to be enough. In a smoothie, I wouldn't put any more than 1 drop. What else we got? Oregano. Oregano in place of wherever you would use the herb, especially bolognese. If you've never used oregano oil in your spaghetti bolognese, it is mind-blowingly good. Super strong, so don't use too much. Just if you've got a big pot, imagine you're making a bolognese with 500 grams of mince and a bunch of veggies. 1 drop is all you will need. 2 drops is pushing it. 3 drops, it'll be ruined. So sort of stick to 1 drop and you'll find that's enough. If you do want more, you can always add it, but you certainly can't take it out. Anywhere else? Where else do I use oregano? I'll use oregano if I'm doing some potatoes. So I will normally just, before I bake my potatoes, have them chopped up, put them in just a big mixing bowl, just mix some olive oil and oregano. I'll also add some thyme to that, and I will add basil, and I'll put just a drop of each of those into a cup of olive oil, mix it around, get it mixed, and then tip that over the potatoes and just toss those around so they get coated, and then make your potatoes. You'll get some amazing flavors that way. Basil is just another one. Bruschetta, make it really easy if you're doing bruschetta. So all you need to do is just, once again, just in a separate cup. If you use in a separate cup, mix basil and your olive oil, just gives that a mix. Then once you've done your bread with your tomato, just drizzle that over the top. That's all you need, and that's a really quick way. Once again, in place of wherever you would use any of the fresh herbs or the dried herbs, you can substitute basil in there as well. We have lemon. If you like fish, obviously it's quite classic to have lemon on fish. So once again, before you're cooking it, mix it with a bit of oil, then coat your fish fillets in that before you fry them. If you're baking a whole fish, drizzle it over the top of the fish, and then do everything else you would normally do. Really easy way. Lemon, obviously, we do that in lots and lots of different things. I'll put lemon and lime together. If we're making a guacamole, just your avocados, just with lemon and lime, just a few drops of each in that. Mash that around, mix that around. You can add coriander as well, because obviously a lot of guacamole is going to have coriander in it. So a few drops of all that, mix it, and that's such a quick way of doing it without having to go and buy lemons and limes if you don't have them. And it's just a really simple way. Where else do we use lemon? Obviously you can just use lemon in your water as well as a daily, just another way to consume it. Lime. Lime's another one actually. You can add lime to that bruschetta mix as well, which is really tasty. You can what else can you put? Lime in smoothies. Just add lime into a glass of apple juice. You can also, where else do we use lime in the kitchen? Just actually, lime is also another one that's really nice in a stir fry. What else we got here? Coriander, once again, coriander. Anywhere you would normally use coriander, so whether it be in that stir fry, in that guacamole, just coating vegetables. So that's a great way. What else we got here? Cinnamon. Cinnamon I'll use, well, in smoothies. So if you're doing like a milk and banana type smoothie, you can add a drop of cinnamon to it. I also put cinnamon in when I'm making banana bread. So I'll use bananas, a bit of vanilla paste and stuff like that. But I'll also add some cinnamon to it as well. Just adds a lovely, lovely flavour. Bananas and cinnamon are kind of perfect together, really. I'll also put a couple drops of cinnamon if I'm making pancakes. So that's another one too. So I'll have some banana and cinnamon pancakes, which are lovely. We also have peppermint, probably more for your sweets. So thinking if you want sort of choc mint stuff, instead of trying to use that awful sort of mint flavoring and stuff, you can put a drop of peppermint in there, whether that's in for raw chocolates. It works really well. If you want to be a bit cheeky and do like an after dinner mint hot chocolate, a drop of peppermint in that with well also works. What else is there? I did also mean to grab wild orange, but wild orange is another one. Wild orange is amazing in salad dressing. So you just get some balsamic, some olive oil, put them in a cup, mix it with a drop or two of wild orange, and you have an amazing salad dressing. We also use the wild orange in our date balls. So if you're going to make like a cashew and date ball, add a couple of drops of wild orange in there as well, and that just takes them to a whole different level. Well, that's a few there anyway. So there's a couple quick ideas. Obviously, it's only limited by your imagination, and wherever you would use those herbs fresh in your kitchen or those citrus fruits, there's obviously lots of other ones you can use that I've even touched on. You've got marjoram, you've got cilantro, there's bergamot, grapefruit, all those oils that come from a normal sort of food product as such, which you would normally consume and cook with in the kitchen. You can use the oils there, and it just means that you've got them on hand, they're shelf stable, they're pure, they're potent, and they're fantastic. So get some of the oils, just use them, experiment, have a little bit of fun. If you don't have any oils and it does interest you and you want to jump on board, just make contact with us and we'll show you how you can get them at the wholesale prices, which is the same as we do, and then you can certainly come along to classes and find out all the other uses for them, because being the oils, they're not just for the kitchen. They're amazing in the kitchen, but there's so many different ways we can use them, and we'd love to show you how. Have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you soon.